Why is the US stock market selling off? So as we can see, this is the S&P 500, and from the peak we have lost around 8.5% of value in the S&P 500, and that is a massive move. That is a massive sell-off. Some key levels have been broken and people are getting scared, and people think that this is the start of a major crash. So is that the case? Let's talk about it. The main reason for this is the overall uncertainty in the markets with President Trump. Again, he's putting on tariffs on many different countries: China, Canada, Mexico, and now possibly even Europe. So there was talks of 25% tariffs on all European imports. That means a BMW will cost 25% more for the US citizen. And that is a big problem. It makes a lot of people very anxious, and it makes a lot of people close out their long positions in the stock market and maybe go into safe haven assets such as the Japanese yen or gold. What is also interesting to note, this is the DAX, which is the kind of European stock index, and this thing has just been crushing higher with a lot of force. So compare this to the S&P 500, there is a clear difference. This is going higher steadily and the S&P 500 is crashing lower in the last few days. So what could be happening is investors could be flocking from the US stock market into the European stock market. Also, what happened is the US stopped funding Ukraine for the Russia-Ukraine war. Now Europe has to step up. Europe has to invest billions and billions of dollars into military technology, and many of the European companies that produce weapons will get very rich. So that is why you could see possibly that investors have started putting their money into European companies and European companies that produce weapons. So the DAX is again flying higher. Many people are wondering, is this the end? Is a major market crash imminent? And I would say that is not really the case. So this is just a correction. If you go to, let's say, the weekly chart or the monthly chart, let's do the monthly chart, you can see that this is just one small correction in a very strong uptrend. The S&P 500 has just been crushing higher with a lot of force, and this is just a small correction. So I would say there is no need for panic, and this is actually a good opportunity to start thinking about taking long-term buy setups on the S&P 500 because you're getting in at better prices. We know that long-term the S&P is just gonna continue flying higher, so why not take advantage of the situation and maybe buy some S&P as a long-term investment?